Good afternoon, Mr. Raju. My name is Mak Chung Chiang and my matrix number is 281919. We are from Group 9 and today we are presenting our group assignment Copyright and Intellectual Property Issues. Oh, what is copyright and intellectual property? Intellectual property is the creation of the mind, such as the inventions, literary and artistic works, name and images used in commerce. Copyright, on the other hand, is a type of intellectual property that applies to creative work, and it gives legal and exclusive rights to the creator to use and distribute them. So, in layman's terms, intellectual property is a creation of a person's mind, whereas copyright is a type of intellectual property. Now, there are four main types of intellectual property, and they are trademarks, patents, trade secrets, and copyrights. There are many issues that are related to copyright and intellectual properties. This is very common as we can see many imitation as well as knockoff items in the market. And these items are actually sold in an attempt to profit off the name and popularity of the real products. For example, famous watch brand Rolex has the knockoff brand Rolex, and Lego has the knockoff brand Lego, which has two G's. So, with the increase in technological advancements, there are more and more intellectual property issues now. All these issues have caused many headaches for the owners of said intellectual property, as all their hard work is being copied and used to make a profit for those who copy the work. One of the most common issues regarding intellectual property is copyright infringement, and it is predominantly found in the entertainment and music industry. Copyright infringement is the act of using works that are protected by copyright law without prior permission of the owner. Now, many resources have been used by the creators to ensure that their work is protected from unlawful use and copyright infringement. While many organizations have done their best to help reduce said issues, there are actually many more cases popping up each day. These issues are unethical as it uses the hard work of others in order to benefit yourself. As such, it is important that steps be taken in order to stop these issues from becoming worse. So, what are some of the copyright and intellectual property issues?
Good afternoon, Doctor everyone. My name is Li Weisheng, matric number 2766, and now I'm going to talk about the first ethical issue, which is unauthorized reproduction of intellectual property. The creative work produced by any author, singer, producer, artist, or other individual are protected by copyright laws. It is given to an artist who could show sufficient proof that their creation are genuine originals. Unauthorized reproduction of intellectual property has a significant impact to firm profitability. The impact of illegal copying on businesses' earnings have only been examined in a timeless context in previous research. Moreover, it is widely acknowledged that copyrights produce more benefit than disadvantages even when higher costs restrict consumer access. Its material can be freely replicated without compensating creators. It is presumed that unauthorized copier would free ride on publisher innovation and marketing campaign. For example, the swiftly expanding biotechnology sector is often believed to place even more importance on the protection of intellectual property. Next, I will move to ethical theory. Intellectual property rights are becoming more and more important, which has sparked a heated dispute among scholars over the purpose and correct boundaries of this body of law. For first, ethical theory is an outgrowth of utilitarianism. According to utilitarians, the major issue with intellectual property is that it is simple to copy and that is non-rivalrous. It does not stop others from consuming them if one person consumes them. In addition, the theory that developed more loosely from the ideas of German philosophers Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel and Immanuel Kant in the 19th and 18th and 19th centuries. It is normal in Western Europe for writers and artists to have some moral rights. Furthermore, rights indicate that some behavior and action are off limits according to to the resources that has an inherent right to get the rewards of his labor, and the state has a duty to defend and preserve the natural right. Every theory has detractors who either criticize the underlying assumption of a theory's justification or doubt its applicability to the law. This debate has occasionally swayed legislators. That's all for me, thank you.
Hello to everyone. My name is Faris Nazmin bin Muhammad Zofi, matrix number 280149. One of the copyright and intellectual property issue is about the media abuse with the piracy activities. Through the development of the technology has led to the most dangerous activity for the copyright and intellectual property issue, which is piracy activity through the social media or media abuse like a DVD sale. In the digital content era, that reason why people turn to the piracy because the content is free, so everyone can available get the free content. Music, movie, book, software, and broadcasts are available at all pirates websites. For the result, it can massive the losses for the local creative content creator. Nowadays, one may be a pirate without having to go through all of that, even if digitalization changes people's life in terms of the content consumption. It may be harmful when used incorrectly. From the issue, I can relate it with the ethical issue with the theory which are utilitarianism. Utilitarians are extremely pragmatic thinkers and no action is really right or bad in all situations. In this copyright and intellectual property issue of the media abuse with press activity is absolutely wrong when this action bring the negative impact to the owner of the property when their effort have been stolen. However, the piracy activity provides the happiness of the individual making the decision. Through the individual itself, he or she will get the interest reward like to get a profit from the DVD sale, while from the customer side, it get happiness when no need to buy a ticket or pay more for get the access for the movie instead of they can download for free at any illegal website or channel. Copyright and intellectual property issue can be linked with the concept of justice or fairness. Unethical offences due to the pirate printing activity is indeed wrong in law, and whoever commits it, it will be punished accordingly. This is to provide fairness to all the parties, so they do not do ethical things at will even if they benefit themselves. Thank you.
Good morning to Sir Mr. Raju and all my fellow friends. My name is Liu Kok Yang and my mention number is 277134. I'm from Group 9. Today I'm going to talk about copyright infringement through idea theft. So what is copyright? Copyright is one of the intellectual property that protect the rights of an author or creator of their original works from being duplicated or used unethically by others. So copyright law in Malaysia is Copyright Act 1987. According to Section 7.1, anything who links to the original works of someone shall be eligible for copyright. These original works can be referred to anything such as music, artisan, film, sound recordings, broadcasting, or literary. Copyright infringement, according to Section 36, any person who does cause or other person to do or without getting the permission from the original authors are infringed under the Copyright Act 1987. The punishment for the person who found guilty under Section 47 is they could be fined not more than 50,000 ringgit or not less than 10,000 ringgit, or we shall imprisonment in prison under not more than 5 years or both. So the agency that manage the copyright and intellectual property in Malaysia is MyIPO. Their mission is to support the intellectual properties and utilization with a solid legal framework and efficiency management. The court cases is between Honda, Kion, Koyo, Kabushiki, Kaisa, and Island Pacific Motor Sanjay Berhad in 2005. Honda claimed that some industrial design for the Komamoja JMP 125 model motorcycle in Malaysia are the same as Honda Wave 125 motorcycles. These industrial designs are the rear combination lamp, leg shafts, and hand cover equipped with motorcycles. Like the court decision is copyright are infringed by the Alien Pacific when they produced the Komamoja motorcycle, which has copied the design of Honda Wave 125 motorcycles. However, the court has suspended the injunction to Alien Pacific because the Honda Wave 25 motorcycle has not yet sold in Malaysia at that time, compared to Komamoja motorcycle, 125 motorcycle, which has cracked the niche market for them. So the ethical issue in this case is information theft inside organization, because the design of the Komamoja has Komamoja 125 motorcycle has infringed the Honda Wave 125 motorcycles, which the design are mostly same with each others. And the second ethical issues is utilitarianism. Based on the utilitarianism, the purpose of the business is to survive and gain maximum profit in the free market by producing a high demand product in societies. So we can understand that why the court has suspended the injunction to Alien Pacific, because they have already produced the motorcycles in Malaysia and sold, compared to Honda Wave 25, which haven't sold in Malaysia at that time. That's all from me. Thank you.
Next, I will present the ethical lesson can be learned from the cases. Based on the research, we can learn that copyright and intellectual property issues are very important in our life. It is because copyright and intellectual property right can protect our invention from tampering with, altering, or changing the world of the outdoor in an unethical way. So, to reduce the property and copyright infringement among us, the government must strengthen existing law in Malaysia. For example, the law enforcement teams can act against criminals who burn the related discs and sold to others in the market. Besides, the original creator and inventor must immediately apply for patent for the product they develop to avoid unnecessary losses. It is because they cannot do anything when their work and product is copied by someone else if they do not patent the product. It will reduce the chance for the creator to create something new in their life. It because they are spend a lot of time and money to creating something new, but it is easier for others to steal their invention. So, patent is very important for the product. When they are apply the patent for their product, they can take legal action immediately when they find out their invention have been stolen by swimmer, to ensure their rights are protected. Last, people must increase their awareness of copyright and intellectual property rights. It can help them to protect themselves when they are facing the problem copyright and intellectual property rights in their daily life. So they can know how to prevent their right from being violated by others. For example, they can know what should they do when they are facing the copyright and intellectual property right problem in their daily life. In conclusion, the copyright and intellectual property issues is very important in our life. It is because copyright and intellectual property rights can protect someone who has created something special in the world. So the government must raise the people awareness of copyright and the intellectual property right. It can encourage the original investor to apply the patents for their product. So when the original investor had applied for patents, they can immediately take the legal action against the seminars, such as issuing a warning letter to the seminars and claim for compensation for them if their product have been stolen by seminars.